Hello friends, my name's Real Emile and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic. This time taking a look at the Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec R33, the first Skyline that we've used so far. This one was requested by Thunder. Four-wheel drive, 662 horsepower, 1,315 kilograms, decent amount of torque. First GTR, R33, bit of a controversial choice. I like the R33 personally, it's my favourite of all the Skylines between the R32, 33 and 34. The R31's still my favourite, but nevertheless. Yeah, maybe not everyone's choice for the Skyline, but it'll be interesting to see what this car can do within 6 laps of Motorsports Land, which is what it's going to get to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5 RS that set a time of a 29.490 30 episodes ago. Needless to say, the Skyline is certainly looking like it could go and join, try and shoot up that top spot, if it handles well. That is the question. Now, admittedly, it's on the heavier side compared to the Evo, however it has more power than the Evo. It's basically a mixture of traits from the 3000 GT and Evo. It has the 3000 GT's raw power, or near enough, but it has closer to the Evo's weight, so in theory this should be a very, very quick car indeed, but it's more a case of what it's like in practice. You can have theory all you want. Theory does not always help you out. So, anyways, of course, stage 4 turbos, so on and so forth, as you'd expect from this car. It does get sideways quite easy, which is a bit of an issue. It feels quite heavy, actually, in all honesty. Not the nicest driving car in the world. Yeah, very sideways through there. 31.310. It's one of those cars that gets such a good launch and so on that it doesn't actually, the flying lap sort of like, okay, cool, but I got a decent launch off the flying lap, if you kind of get what I mean, which I'm assuming you don't. Alright, yeah, we've got to talk handling, because this is not right. What I was hoping is this car would be sort of a mixture of traits from the Evo and a mixture from the 3000 GT, as I explained. What it seems to have done is it's got the 3000 GT's weight. It doesn't feel particularly quick. I mean, look, 125.1 is our quickest time speed trap wise. I mean, sure, currently that's on the not flying lap down that straight, but still, it's doing that, but it's also got, on top of that, a very, very lively rear end, which is not exactly what you want. A 30.985 just gets into the 30s, a 143 kilometers down that back straight. It's not quick. It really is not very quick, this car, which is a bit of a shame. It's not, it's just not amazing in any aspect, in all honesty, compared to the Evo and the 3000 GT. I'd rather drive those. Hell, I'd rather have the Legacy, and the Legacy is actually quicker than this as well. Yeah, maybe I did 30.777. Admittedly, that was a very scruffy sort of first bit of that lap, but nevertheless, yeah. Maybe I did not choose the correct Skyline to start with. Maybe the R32 or 34 would have been much better choices, but there we go. Hell, I'd rather have the RX-7 that we had out last time than this, in complete honesty. Either way, and we're going to spin it. That was going to be a quicker lap, but I don't really think it would have been by that much. 30.777 is the time for the R33 GTR V-Spec. Not a great time, honestly. Well, okay, in the grand scheme of things, it's a great time. It does go into 5th place, I believe that would put it. But just not good as the Evo. That's just the fact of the matter. It's not as good as the Evo, not as good as the 3000 GT even, which is a little bit on the disappointing side. The lap time sort of looks like it's all over the place. You could get it down to a 30.4 probably if you could actually drive, unlike me, who can't drive for some reason, but there we go. Yeah. Anyways, let's go see where the final resting place for the GTR is on our leaderboard. Onto the leaderboard then, and the Nissan Skyline R33 V-Spec goes into 6th place with a 30.777, directly splitting up the race-bred vehicles, with the Alfa 155 going slightly quicker and the Renault Spec F1 being slightly slower. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hot Lap Classic. If you have cars you'd like to request for this series, you can do so in the comments below, and go into the description for a full request list form. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a farewell.